Okay, so Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense had 3 total passing touchdowns during the live public practice for so many Eagle fans. But that doesn't mean the defense was Swiss cheese. They came up with a ton of plays themselves. I'm talking PBUs, pick six, you name it, they got it. This was a very good fight between two sides of the ball. Let's break it down. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and it's the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with the Eagles, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we drop these videos, and swipe over on the comment section and hype us up in sports. So yesterday, the Philadelphia Eagles had their open practice to the public, and man, did the Eagle fans show out. 45,000 plus for a practice. We're talking about practice, which is absolutely insane to me, but nobody does it like Philly, and the players felt the love. Both sides of the ball made plays. So let's start on offense. Here you're going to have Jalen Hurts drop back from the shotgun. He takes a shot to Smitty, but Quinyon gets the PBU. A lot of people was saying that the ball was underthrown. I will agree a little bit. Jalen Hurts could have put it a little further out there. However, it touched both Smitty hands. Yeah, Quinyon was there. It's just good on good. And Q and the defense won that rep. We seen Smitty catch way more difficult contested catches. Like I said, it could have been put out a little further, but that's a ball Smitty normally comes down with. Later on, we seen a pass to Saquon as he juked Zach Bond. I don't know if they counted him down there, but it's good to see Saquon involved in the pass game. Here's another one. They're going to start by motioning Dallas Goedert from left to right, makes the defense show their hand a little bit, and it's a nice little corner route from Saquon, tight coverage from Zach Bond, but a touchdown. Let's look on the big screen and see the replay again. The motion shows their hand on defense. Jalen Hurts drops it in the breadbasket, and I guarantee you Saquon is going to be utilized on a multitude of different routes. This corner route might be the secret sauce he was talking about to Kay Adams. Remember, he literally told her he was working with Dontavian Wicks to get better on a certain route. I don't think it's the Texas route or the wheel route that he's already good at, but this makes sense. Wide receivers run corners, and Saquon low-key looked like a wide receiver on this route, giving Zach Bond the business, which is not easy to do. As for the run game, I didn't get too many clips from it, but here's Tank Bigsby bursting through a big hole, not sure where they mark him. Back to the passing game, here's Hurts dropping back and hitting Makai Lemon for a walk-in touchdown. I think the motion pretty much confused the Eagles defense on that because nobody was there. Let's take a look at the play on the big screen, and it looks like Makai Lemon was in the backfield. Either he motioned there or lined up there, but it absolutely created chaos. Walk-in touchdown. Jordan Mailata comes through and daps him up. The last touchdown from Jalen Hurts. He got the Dallas Goedert motion early. Look at the linebacker trying to go get him. In this offense, we're going to see almost everybody motion sooner or later. Hurts takes a snap and going to find a wide open Hollywood on the crosser. That's Riq Woolen trailing. And if you look at this other view of it, you're going to see why. I think Riq Woolen runs into Makuba or somebody. He bumps into him. That's the traffic that we're trying to exploit, and it's an easy touchdown for Hollywood. But don't worry, because Riq Woolen gets his revenge. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsor, PrizePicks, which is America's #1 sports picks app. And it's so simple. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineups. That's it. However, maybe you rather pick the team that wins instead of player stats, which is now on PrizePicks. Spreads, totals, pick'ems, whether it's a game or a fight. And best of all, PrizePicks got a new user offer that is really going to benefit you. Now, just play $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. You got to use code HMA when signing up to once again play $5. If you win, you'll get $150 in lineups. Sheesh. Back to the Eagles, and look at this little motion from Saquon outside and in. Defense doesn't really bite on it, but Jalen Hurts on this play senses the pressure coming early. The Eagles blitz. He rolls out to his right and finds Smitty for a short gain out of bounds. The next play, though, is Smitty beating Riq Woolen. It's only on the big board. You can see the crosser was contested. Riq Woolen was there this time. Better offense, beat good defense. And like I said before, Riq Woolen gets his payback. But this was the 40-yard strike from Hurts to Smitty with yards after the catch. Now let's get to the 2 interception. Hurts dropped back, tried to get it to Makai Lemon, and Riq Woolen jumped it and got the big time interception. Stayed on his feet, so he would have had some room to run after. Looks like the defense pushed him out, but Riq Woolen continued to show he can pick off the ball if you try to target him, which I do think we're going to see a lot throughout the season. Nothing against him, but people know who Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are, and I'm trying to tell you, Riq Woolen ain't having it. QBs have to throw somewhere, but by the middle of the season, they're going to be like, who should we go after? Riq? Q? Coop? My goodness. Moving on to the second interception, it was against Smitty. Now, the ball should have been thrown more to the outside, but Riq Woolen gets it. And yes, it's a pick six. The speed is on display too. Let's take a look at it through this angle. Again, tough for the camera to catch up to it, but you can clearly see the speed. I do think the ball should have been thrown a little bit more outside. Here are the 2 clips zoomed out. Again, the position that Riq Woolen was in was not really good for him, but the length, the speed, the closeout ability is definitely on display. Plus, the 4.2 speed to run it back for a pick six was on display too. I'm trying to find the best view of it. It's kind of hard, but shout out to everybody who got clips from the open practice. However, if you look at this one slowly, you can see the pressure on Jalen Hurts made him get the ball out early. That's probably why he threw it more to the inside and not to the outside. But again, great play by Riq Woolen, and it is what it is. It's practice. And as I said to start this show, both sides made plays. Now, before we talk about some side notes and sacks, I want to go back to that corner route that Saquon Barkley did and break it down a little bit. So here you're going to see Andrew Makuba at the safety position motion his hand a little bit to Q and Coop, saying that he got Dallas Goedert. But then Jalen Hurts motions Dallas Goedert and he signals Marcus Epps to go get him, which he does. Makuba plays the middle of the field. And if you look here, Makuba got to stay where he's at because look how wide open Makai Lemon is if Jalen Hurts wants to hit him in the middle. But he trusts Saquon Barkley, who has a step on Bond for the corner route, and he drops it off to him. But the Goddard motion over there, going to the flat, and every other route that was ran there kept all the defenders tied up, which allowed Saquon Barkley to beat the one-on-one. But again, let's go back and look how wide open Lemon was too. Now, granted, Makuba maybe comes up there and takes his head off. Who knows? I don't know. But at the end of the day, the plays that are being drawn up are scheming players open as much as people just winning their one-on-ones. Now to what I don't got video about. Nolan Smith got a sack. Jalix Hunt was creating pressure. So was Moro Jomo. But the Nolan Smith sack's important because guess who he beat? Lane Johnson. Now, granted, Lane Johnson left practice after he got beat by Nolan Smith. It wasn't Nolan Smith's fault. He never came back. So we do got to figure out what is wrong with Lane. Mulata left a couple times just to get a breather. Anna Dickerson didn't practice. But like I said before, we are really deep on the offensive line, which is a good thing. But still, paved to Lane Johnson is very important. I definitely want to keep my eye on his status. Let this man just rest until the regular season. A couple days, Friday, we got the Bengals. I'm curious to see if Makai Lemon plays. We know Jalen and the starters won't play. A lot of people are talking about the 2 interceptions, right? Like defense gets paid too, and we know what this defense is. Week 1, when we play the Commanders, it's not going to be nearly as hard as the Eagles defense. So If turnovers continue to happen in the regular season, then we talk about it. Yes, passes could have been a little bit more outside, but these are still big time plays from a big time defense and player who wants everybody to know his name. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Talk Podcast. Don't listen to Elliott Shore Park saying 13 interceptions in 16 practices. He's the same guy who wanted Jalen Hurts to take more risks. Now he's doing it in practice and we're complaining about it. Let the season arrive. One more preseason game, and we are where we need to be. Week 1 versus the Washington Commanders. Should be a very fun season. Sean Mannion looks ready with Chris Cooper. These guys got the offensive line playing good. They're marrying the pass and run game good. I can't wait to see everything we got in store. Once again, if I missed anything, leave your thoughts in the comment section, especially if you were there. Tell me how you feel about the offense, defense, everything that you saw. Maybe someone reads a comment from you being there and feels better or worse. But at the end of the day, let's just talk football the right way. Until next time, you know what time it is. Prize picks, season's upon us, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out.